Hello and welcome to the live uh, of India versus Nepal match preview. With me today is Sudesh, who is joining from Qatar. He is Nepalese citizen and follow Nepal football and also work for Khel now. And in this video, we're going to discuss everything you need to know about Nepal versus India FIFA International Friendly match number one, which going to take place tomorrow in Kathmandu. Uh, I think 5:30 p.m. Indian time is the kickoff, and it will be live streamed in India on the Indian football team Facebook page. So we will discuss about the tactics. We will discuss all the team news, what Igor Stimac has said, what can be the predicted 11 about of the both the teams, and we will also discuss what have changed in Nepali football since India and Nepal played last in 2017 in Mumbai. I remember India defeated Nepal 2-0. Sandesh Jingan scored the goal, assisted by JJ, and then JJ scored the second goal. And both these players are not available in this or not going to play tomorrow for sure. Sandesh is in Croatia recovering from his injury. JJ is out of form since, and I can say due to injury, has not played in last couple of years, and he is looking forward to I think upcoming season so that he can get his place back in India. So I can see lots of people already joining. So I will straight away ask Sudesh. Sudesh, what has changed in Nepal football since India played Nepal in 2017? And I think this is first time India has traveled to Nepal for a football match since 2015, if I remember correctly. I think India played FIFA World Cup qualifiers, playoff, home and away. One was in Guwahati, one was in Nepal. So lots of things have changed. I think one thing for sure, I know that stadium has renovated after earthquake. The stadium got destroyed also. So tell us, viewers, about what has changed in Nepal football, and what we can hope tomorrow.
Yeah, hi Ashish. Then certainly a lot of things have changed for Nepalese football. Indian fans who followed Nepal back then will be pretty surprised with what the set of players they have gotten and the way they will play. For example, the likes of Biraj Morjan, who was the captain back when Nepal played India in 2019, is has retired now, and they will be missing quite a few experienced players like Bikram Lama and Bimal Gurti Magar too. So Indian fans will be pretty surprised by how new of a look this Nepalese side has. And since they have a new head coach in Abdul Al Mutairi, their approach has also changed. And a lot of things have happened in Nepalese football. You mentioned Dasat Stadium being renovated. It was renovated back in 2019 after the 2015 earthquake. Unfortunately, India didn't travel for the South Asian Games, but Nepal won its South Asian Games gold medal in football in Dasat Stadium that was newly renovated. So this will be the first time that India will be playing in the renovated Dasrat Stadium, and under a new coach, under Nepal's new coach, this will be the first time that Nepal will be actually going head to head with an opponent, a regional opponent of their own caliber. So they have played with a very experienced sides and big sides in Asian football. But in terms of change, this is the first time that they have tallied themselves with the opponents of their stature. So a lot of things have changed, and this is the time that we get to see how changes in Indian football and Nepalese football have fared out in this window of time.
Yeah, and for India, we have discussed in past. I think you were there in the previous videos when India was playing Qatar in Qatar. This can be the second innings for Igor Stimac. He has signed a new 1 year deal. I was not surprised that he has offered one new contract, but I was surprised that he was just offered 1 year contract, which means he can't think about long term. So I think AFF has given him a ultimate target to qualify for AFC Asian Cup, and I think everything can be forgotten after after new set of games are coming up. So his record till now for India is very bad. India has played 15 games under him, and out of those 15 games, we have just won two games. I think one against Thailand, and one more game. I think it was Bangladesh, if I remember
Yeah,
correctly.
yeah.
And yeah, and we have lost seven and drawn six games. So our record under Igor Stimac is not good. So that's what I'm saying. This can be a fresh start for Igor Stimac. And I think considering uh, his record is bad, I think these two set of game. I'm not saying that Nepal is the easy opponent, especially considering Nepal is playing in front of their fans. And today only the confirmation came from Nepal Football Federation that there will be 5,000 to, I think, 5 to 6,000 fans will be coming to the stadium who are fully vaccinated, or if somebody is not fully vaccinated, they need to show the test negative test results. So I think it's not going to be easy for India to play in front of Nepali fans. And we have seen in past that Nepal and Nepali fans take this game as a big game for them. I think this is one of the most important game, irrespective of it is a friendly or we are playing the SAF championship. I think they make sure that this is the game they look forward to. I think at any level, not just at the senior level, at the age group level, at the women's team level also. So I think for Igor Stimac, I remember when Stephen started his stint in 2015, he started with first two games against Nepal, which was the playoff, and he won that playoff, then qualified for the group stage of World Cup and Asia Cup qualifiers. I think whatever happened till now under Igor Stimac can be forgotten if we can start, with the wins, or with good performance. And we have already seen that he has changed his team since he came on. There are lots of new faces have come during last few games, and today only that he was also discussing that only person in his squad now who has not played for India is Saritan Fernandez, who was out, I think, in the last game due to COVID, and now he's back. So I think he was telling media that he might start tomorrow against Nepal. So that will be his first game. So I think this is his team now, and it's important for him to start at 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 a level, that fans can feel confident about him going ahead. That because now this is just 1 year deal, he needs to make sure that India qualify for that Asia Cup. What's Nepal aim? Are they aiming SAF championship, because, and are they into the group stage of Asia qualifiers?
Yeah, I mean, with the introduction of the new format, due to two or three teams pulling out of that competition, I think Nepal have advanced to the next stages. And talking about South Champions, there has been quite a lot of buzz this time around in the Nepalese camp, because the new head coach has clearly stated that the ultimate aim for the Nepalese national team is to win the South Championship. And he has been adamant about the fact that his team is capable of winning the South Championship, and they're viewing this friendly as uh, a stepping stone to get the confidence boosted for the South Championship. So their ultimate target is the South Championship, but in a long run, what the new coach has installed in this new set of players is that okay, we've played enough of football that only requires a 4-4-2 or going long balls, or typically what happens in South Asia. We're going to play it the new way. So you mentioned a new beginning for Igor Stimac, a second innings in a sense, but it's completely new beginning for the Nepalese national team coach, because he's yet to prove that his sides are capable. He's just won one matches out of all the matches he has played, and there are no complaints with that. You cannot win with the likes of Iraq, Australia, and Jordan. They win against Chinese Taipei, and there's a fact that okay, we're playing against India, and it's a very celebrated match back home. So their target to achieve the South Championship starts from this two friendlies with India, and that's why it matters a lot, and that's how Nepalese side views this friendlies as. It's The stakes are different from the previous times. There has been a lot of buzz outside of the pitch. We'll get to that later in the stream, and Nepalese national team is fairly looking forward to this match, not only in the sense of a new era in terms of the head coach and all the things that have surrounded Nepalese football, but this is like a transition of generations. The players that you saw in 2013, 2015 are no more. They're not playing anymore. There are like boys from under 21s and under 23s making up the majority of the squad. So it's like a new beginning for every side. And for Nepal, especially, there are like 11 or 12 players, new players in the squad, as it was announced in the press conference earlier today. So it's a new beginning, and that's how Nepal view it, the ultimate pathway to South Championship.
Before we start, before we go ahead, I think there are lots of people already confused. When is the game? How they can watch it? The first game of the two match, you can call it series, but two India and Nepal is playing two FIFA international friendlies. First game is tomorrow. It will be kickoff at 5:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time, and in India you can watch that game on uh, Indian football team Facebook page. There is no TV telecast. So this, I'm not sure. Can you tell us that any Nepali channel also showing the game, or you guys also depended on the live streaming?
I genuinely think it's Action Sports that's telecasting it back home, and it will be live on YouTube as well, as per my information. So Nepalese viewers don't have to worry that much. There is a channel broadcaster in Nepal.
Yeah, so I'm a bit sad that India there is no TV sports channel has picked the game up. I think, but at least we have a live streaming on the national team page. So I think we are looking forward to it. And the kickoff time is also a bit friendly. That's 5:30 p.m. I know it's summer, but I think people can watch it. The students and everybody can watch it. There is no reason to not to watch it. I think it's a good game to start because many people in recent time have not seen the India Nepal game, especially Nepal. You know how the games are tough. We have seen. I remember that one game. I'm not sure many of our viewers have watched that. It was, I think it was SAF Championship final back in 2013 or 14. Under Thapa batch, India versus Nepal under 16 SAF final, if I remember correctly, and 25,000 people watching that game. Indian kids getting, of course, the crowd get sometime aggressive. And I remember Thapa. It was raining that day, and Thapa scored that goal. I think in the stoppage time from outside the box, and India, gone on to win that match 1-0. And the way the crowd and everything. I think it was one of the best game I've watched at the youth level for India, considering the stakes. The fans and how aggressive was Nepali fans towards Indian players, and the fans were hostile for sure. And it was raining. There were tackles coming from everywhere, and it was one of the favorite memory of India Nepal game for me. I know it's still not a senior level, but that was an India special batch because many of those players now are part of the India senior team and ISL. They're doing well. But I remember that strike of Andu Thapa, and that's the introduction of Andu Thapa to me because that's the, I think, second tournament I watched Thapa playing. Before that, I watched him for under 15 team, and that was under 16 championship. And it was fantastic memory. We were watching live streaming. 25,000 people. You can listen what they're saying because mostly unlike TV broadcast, live stream have the audio from stadium. So Sudesh, going ahead, there is big news also coming up from Kathmandu that Rohit Chand is not available for Nepal for this game. I think one of the star player for Nepal, just like Sunil Chhetri for India. What happened there? I think he was training with the national team, but now he's went back to Indonesia.
Yeah, he was training with the national team, and national team has been training for like 2 months now. So news has come out from the camp that Rohit Chand has already traveled to Indonesia to represent Persija Jakarta, and he just finished his quarantine yesterday and won't be available for the two friendlies. So there are no injury concerns associated with the absence, but rather it's all about club football and how Rohit Chand, like the coaches, made Rohit Chand available for Persija Jakarta to continue the campaign. So as of now, everyone is optimistic that Rohit Chand will be available for the SAF Championship in October in Maldives.
And just now, I think Nepali fans have also joined in. So they're saying that the game is live on Himalayan TV in Nepal and
Ah,
OSR Sports on YouTube. So I think we will have multiple streams going on. I'm not sure. I think there will be an English commentary for sure, but I think those Nepali commentary can be, if there is no commentary, I think Nepali commentary can be good also. So just going ahead, Sudesh, one more question before we move on. Tell us about the Nepali coach. I've seen him putting photo with the Igor Simak. Tell us something, our viewers, about that. What is his tactics and what he has done for Nepali football till now.
okay, let's just start with the very basic things of how he landed in Nepal. So Abdul Al Matairi is a Kuwaiti international, and he has a AFC pro coaching diploma. So that's the baseline level that you need in order to coach the teams as per AFC's provisions. So he landed in Nepal as a part of the Nepal ANFA, the All Nepal Football Association, and QFA, Qatar Football Association's development agreement, in which Nepal got Abdullah Al Matairi for a year, and the contract included Qatar Football Association paying all of Abdullah Al Matairi's salaries, and for a year they made him available for the Nepalese national team. And he signed his contract, I guess, in April. And ever since then, Nepal have shown tremendous signs of improvement in terms of their tactics and in terms of how team has been selected and how they play. They're now well equipped with a 4-3-3, and they like Stimax India. They like to play in possession, and they are like players that can actually hold the ball in midfield and also generally burst out from the wide side to attack. So it's like uh, a very modern approach of football where you go into a 4-3-3 and overload the wide areas, and as well off the ball you go into a 4-1-4-1 in order to defend with a defensive midfielder, kind of a Bielsa-esque approach. So it has been transformed a lot of how we used to see Nepal play against India. It used to be like a 4-4-2, and generally, in terms of tactics, it was generally redundant. But this time around, Nepal have looked so far a side that are in transition, but a side that are showing clear signs of improvement. Against Australia, Rohit Chand was sent off, but they defended quite well, defending the central spaces very well, and forcing them to play in the wide areas. And considering how India have struggled against sides like Afghanistan and even Bangladesh before the 2-0 win, I think this is going to be a very tough competition. And Abdullah in Nepal is known for his attention to details. So he gets out everything, the match reports, and he lists out all the stats. And, there were videos from training camp coming up of how players were trained to analyze other players, and how each one of players started their day with a tactical analysis session of their opponents. So a lot of organizational and formational changes have happened under Al-Mutairi, and he has been that kind of a coach who's been active not only in the pitch but off the pitch as well. So the new coach has definitely brought a new aura, because before this, Nepal had certain foreign coaches who were very high in stature, for example, Graham Roberts and Patrick Awesome. But this time around, after a break from national level coaches, this is the first time that Nepal has gotten this type of a coach, and everyone is excited, including Abdullah Al-Batairi himself.
Yeah, I think you touch upon it. So Rohit Chand got the red card in Australia. I think that might be the reason that he might be not playing these games, because I think suspensions get carried on. I'm not sure it carried on international friendlies, but I think it does. So I think that might be the reason is he's went back to the his club and he's not playing these games. Yeah, talking about India, India started their camp I think 15 days ago in Kolkata. 15th of August, India started, and India played kind of two warm-up games. One against Indian Football Association 11, which is our West Bengal 11, on 16th of August, just one day after the camp started, and one against Mohammedan Sporting, which is I League and I League side. I think nothing much from those games, because the India's players from Bengaluru FC and ATK Mohun Bagan were not available because they were playing in the AFC Cup. So, but what we have figured out till now, that I think Saritan Fernandez for sure is going to get his debut for India. I think one of the awaited moment for the Indian fans and for everybody, because and today, if I can read out the quote by Igor Stimac, which he has said about Saritan Fernandez, that India has suffered a lot at a right back department. He said that we only have Saritan with us, who has not been with us until now. He was suspended. He was supposed to be with the team during the last three qualifying games, but for COVID reason, he was not able to join us. So he will get his chance now, because we have suffered in that right fullback position for quite a while, and we are looking for an option. Another injury news and big issue is India is that Sandesh Jingan is not there, and surprisingly, Igor Stimac has dropped two other centre back who was part of the training camp. One is Adil Khan, and other is I think Narendra. Both the centre back are dropped. So now in India's current squad, only uh, out and out centre back is only Sana. Then of course you have Pritam Kotal and Shubhasish Bose, who can play as a centre back. So I think we might see Pritam Kotal also playing as a right centre back, and then Sana playing left centre back, and Saritan Fernandez finally getting his debut as a right back. I think that's the news from Indian camp. And talking about drop, I think uh, Ashish Kurain is injured, so that's another injury concern. He's not part of the squad. Udanta Singh is dropped by Igor Stimac. I think there are already lots of chatters and rumors that his form has dipped. He should be dropped. I think he was part of the camp. He was dropped once, called back again. So I think finally, I think with the emergence of Liston Classo, I think they think that and also Manveer Singh playing in the right wing role for regularly for ETK Mohun Bagan. I think now August might think that it's better for Udanta to focus on his club career and get back his form with Bengaluru FC. So I think that's the injury and team news from India side. I think Sandesh out with injury, Adil Khan and Narendra dropped. I'm not sure why. There should be out and out centre back in the team. Now we will see Pritam Kotal and or Subhashish Bose playing as a centre back. And of course, these are friendly, so I think there will be lots of substitution. Also, five subs are allowed, so we will see. I think young players also coming up from the bench. Other than that, I think India has full strength. We have Sunil Chetri, and talking about Sunil Chetri, I think I've seen photos and videos. Like always, Sunil Chetri gets lots of love in Nepal from Nepali people, and he was speaking in Nepali also to the local Nepali TV. And I think and so Sunil has touched upon this. I think there was a release on EFF site where he said that the love and the response Indian team has got from Nepali fans. I think it's fantastic. But before I ask about that, there is another. I have a stat of Sunil Chetri. Uh, uh, and Sunil Chetri is one of the highest active goal scorer in the world. I think just behind Cristiano Ronaldo now. Out of those goals, he has scored second most goals against Nepal, which is 5 goals. Even he loves Nepal and Nepali people. He makes sure that he score those goals. Other than Nepal, I think only Chinese Taipei and Maldives are the side against whom he scored 6 goals. So tell us about the love and uh, 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 the love Sunil Chhetri gets from Nepali people. There are lots of chatter going on in Nepali media, print, TV about Indian team, about Sunil Chhetri. I think and this is very natural, and this is while we are going back. I think this is after 2015. India has senior team, and Sunil Chhetri has gone back to Nepal. So tell us the viewer about it.
Yeah, so there's a general sentiment about us Nepalese being friendly to our Indian brothers and everyone that travels from India. It's like the people have so much in common to relate to that. The love is like shared by both the parties, and especially in case of Sunil Chetri. First, as most of us, our viewers might know, Sunil Chetri has really special ties with the Eastern Nepalese side. So his mother was a part of Nepal's first ever women national team, and his maternal side of family is also based in Nepal, and he considers Nepal his maternal house. So it's like the reason why Nepalese people love Sunil Chetri so much is first he has been an iconic and emblematic figure in South Asian football, and seeing that kind of a player itself induces some love from the football fans, but especially connecting his ties with Nepal and how he speaks in Nepali and how he is in general as a person and how he can pull that sort of all the relations that he has in his speeches and stuff makes him so lovable in Nepal. And of course, as you talked about, he has scored quite a few goals against Nepal as well. But we don't mind that either. So he's like, it's like the love that he gets from Nepal is basically because he has his ties with Nepal, and he's so been really good talking about it, and he has actually shown that given that love back to the Nepalese fans. So every time he comes, Nepalese fans and including the whole national team gives him a warm reception in his ancestral house.
And I think Sunil take pride to his roots also. It's not that he has hidden that from media or from people, so everybody know about it. Talking about India's team news, I think as I talked about that, Ishan Pandita is also got dropped, which I'm surprised also because now Manveer Singh playing in the wing, you also need that secondary plan from the bench. I'm not sure that why he was dropped. I think he has done. I'm not a big fan of him, by the way, but he has scored goals in ISL and he has done well in the limited chance or opportunities he got for the national team. But I think we might see maybe Manveer not playing on the wings, but predicted 11 for India. I have with me. So I think we will see Dheeraj started both the friendlies in Kolkata, warm-up games, you can say. But Gurpreet was not a part of the squad, and I was also surprised that Aminder Singh didn't play both the games one of those game in Kolkata also. So I think Gurpreet might stick to the goal, but I will not surprise that if they give chance to Aminder Singh. He has just won ISL with Mumbai City and made that record-breaking move to ATK Mohun Bagan. So I think it's a touch and go between Gurpreet and Aminder. I think we might see either of them playing each of these friendlies. And in defense, we don't have many options. Very, I think there will be Saritan Fernandez playing as a right back. I think Preetham Kotal will play as that right center back, and then you will have Sana, who has now been the one of the main men in India's defense. Considering there is no Sandesh, there is no Adil, there is no Narendra in the squad. A left back, I think we will see Akash Mishra playing our natural left back. Of course, we have Mandav Singh, but I think Akash Mishra is natural. And Akash Mishra was one of the goal scorer in the match against, I think, in one of the match in the warm games in Kolkata. So I think he has shown in those games that he deserves replace. I think he will retain that position for sure. In midfield, I think India have many options. We have Glenn Martins, who had done well with FC Goa, done well with India when he played in those games on the previous games, and then of course you have Suresh, who has done well in those games against in the last previous game for India. And then of course there is Apuya. So I think any one of these three, any one of these two will be part of the midfield pivot system, which Igor Stimac tends to go. I think one of the favorite formation 4-2-3-1. He has played different formation, but I think he will settle for that, and which will give chance to somebody like Brendan Fernandez playing as a number 10, his natural position. There is option of Sahel also, but I think Brendan has shown, in the last games he played for India, and he is on the bit different level as compared to Sahel at this moment. I think Sahel now going back to his club, there are talks going on that where he will play. I think they Kerala Blast also making sure that they make their team, make sure Sahel is part of the playing 11. So I think we will see a different Sahel by the end of this ISL. But I think we will see Brendan Fernandez. There will be chance that we will see Liston, Manveer Singh, and Sunil Chhetri playing together. I'm not sure who will play at what position, but it's quite possible that Sunil Chhetri play that number false or drop false number 9, and then have Liston Classo from left or Manveer Singh from right. I think that will suit Manveer Singh also playing at the similar position at the club level. I think this is India's best 11, but considering these are friendlies and we have one more game to go, there's high chance that Igor Stimac rotate and give chances to the players which he has not seen much. But I think if India wants to go with a strong team, this is our strong team according to me. Can you tell us Nepal that what going to be the predicted 11 for Nepal?
Yes, so at this moment of time, the only two or three players that I can say have a permanent spot in the Nepalese side are Kiran Limbu and Rohit Chand and Anjan Bista. But considering that Rohit is not available for the friendlies, it kind of twist the situation a little. So according to me, it's gonna be Round Glass Punjab's Kiran Limbu in goal. Indian viewers might know it, and Gautam Shrestha starting as a fullback. Ananta Tamang, he's been there for a long time for India, for Nepal, for Nepal, and then he's been a central defender throughout his career, coming through the ranks, and he's been solid. And we might see Puzan Upperkoti starting as a centre back. He's not a centre back in his natural position. He is a defensive midfielder, but considering Rohit Chand is not available, Abdul Almatai might start him in a centre back position. But my pick would be Dinesh Rajbangshi as centre back. And then we have Suman Arial starting as another fullback. And then in the midfield, we might see some shuffles, but here's what I predict Nepal to go like. It can be Santosh Tamang, Tej Tamang, and Suman Lama in the midfield of three. And then the forward line, as I mentioned, Anjan Bista, Nauyuk Shrestha, and Manish Tangi starting in the 4-3-3. So Abdul Almatari has indicated in his press conference that there will be a lot of surprises to look forward to tomorrow. So there can be two or three debuts given to the players or new players coming on from the subs. But this looks like one of the most feasible lineups right now. And since Nepal have only played like 4 matches under Almutairi, I think this will be his pick to go with the resources that he has.
I think some of the names which India has on the Pranav Haldar can play the centre back, but I'm not sure if any of our listener will want to see him in the centre back because he has tendency to get those red card and yellow card, and you don't want to get 10 men against Nepal at their home, and especially considering these are important games for India for the for the build up of those qualifiers coming up, for the build up of the SAF championship, and also the lots of these players, Indian players, will be part of the under 23 team. which Nepal is also going to play the qualifiers for the Asia Cup under 23 level, which also is a pre-qualifier for the Olympic qualifiers. The under 23 team goes to play in the Olympics. So I think lots of players like are eligible for those qualifiers. But somebody like Anuj Thapa, I have not put him in his India's playing 11, because in last few games India has played without him. I think he can start for sure. Anuj Thapa, I think, and other than that, we have Jixon Singh, Yasir Mohammed in midfield. Pipin Singh in the wing is also part of the team. Apuya has already touched upon, and then of course in forward department there is no Ishan Pandita, but there is Farooq Chaudhary, and there is Rahim Ali. He's also under junior international, done well for his club I League whenever he has played. I think he's also well built, kind of a player who can play as a number nine role going ahead, not at this stage. But I think I'm looking forward to see him also if Igor Stimac give him the opportunity. So I think if Igor Stimac need to rotate his team, he has good option in form of Andrew Thapa and Apuya in that midfield. If you don't want to, play Glenn Martin or Suresh in this game, because these two players have played in past few games for India. So Andrew Thapa and Apuya can be those make that pivot of midfield, and Sahel can play instead of Brandon. So I'm not sure that what will be the tactics of Igor Stimac going into this game. Will he go with best 11 in the first game and then experiment bit on the second game? But these are international friendlies. Five subs are available. I think India should start with the best team, uh, in, considering at just won two games with India. So for him, he has to improve his record also, and of course it's not going to be easy game. But let's see. I think who is a man to watch from the Nepali team, Sudesh?
I would say it's going to be Anjan Bista because from the matches that we've seen so far under Al Mutairi, he's been a very pivotal player in front of the midfield. So basically, he's an attacker and he prefers to play from the right, but it does not mean that he cannot switch positions. He is played from the left. He has played as a central, kind of a central forward or a false nine for his side, Lalitpur City FC in the Nepal Super League. So Anjan Bista will be the one, even if he does not score goals, he'll be the one who will be involved in pretty much every single move that Nepal make through the wide areas. So I think it's gonna be Anjan Bista to look forward to, especially in the absence of Rohit Chand. And who is it gonna be from Indian side as for you?
I think I'm looking forward to watching Liston Classo for sure if he start. I think he's a different type of player out of all the wingers or forward we have. I think I love players forward, especially who takes on the defender. And Liston has all the quality, to beat his man. Of course, he's still young player, has got a big transfer from Hyderabad to ATK Mohun Bagan, and ATK Mohun Bagan paid lots of money for him. And of course they have the money, and they Hyderabad I think decided to sell him, but he has done well with Hyderabad. I'm looking forward to what he can do at the international stage. And I think considering this is an away game, playing in Nepal is not easy because of the altitude also. There can be some breathing issues for the players who not played at that height before, and but I think in considering Indian football in last 3 4 years has been in South India, because there was no team at the or the North India also. I think it's a good experience for Indian players to go and play there. I remember, I think one of the away game in Afghanistan, which was in Tajikistan. I'm not sure which India played, and I think it was not also easy game, because of the altitude, because of the weather. So I think Igor Stimac also worried about the rain. I think he's already said that, I hope it doesn't get rain, because I think it was raining in Nepal. Any idea on the weather forecast?
Yeah, this is the time of the year where the monsoon is trying to fade away, but there's like downpour towards the end of the monsoon. So this is exactly that time in Nepal. So it might rain, but I'm not aware about the exact forecast on the day.
I think Vivek is asking, will fans are allowed in the stadium? Yes, as I already told you guys in the start of the video, there will be 5,000 Nepali fans in the stadium. I think it got approved at the last moment by Nepali government, and of course those 5,000 fans will have to be fully vaccinated, or they have to show the negative test report of the 40 hours, 48 hours, before the during the game, before the game. So I think that's make game more interesting. I think playing in the empty stadium is not fun, especially playing in Nepal. I think I always look forward to the away games in Nepal. And that's also bring old memories of watching India Nepal games. And I remember the phase. I think during 2012 to 2015, India Nepal played lots of football games against each other at the senior level, at the junior level. I think, and I think looking forward to it. Other than that, I think what is your prediction for this game?
We've not been tested like as of yet with a side of our caliber, considering we played with Iraq, Jordan, and those kind of teams. But there were certainly optimistic signs. And as always, I would hope Nepal to get a win, but it won't be as easy as I'm saying it. But I'm going for a Nepal win in the first match at least.
A score line and any prediction regarding the score line?
It's gonna be 2-0 to Nepal for the first match. What about you?
I think you're saying India will not score goal. I think Nepal can score goal and they have scored goal against India, but I think India has that quality. If you talk about individual quality, I love Nepali team, Nepali people, but I'm not discrediting them on this regard. But I think if you talk about individual quality, Gurpreet, Sunil Chhetri, Manveer Singh, somebody like Brendan, these are technical superior player individually, not as a team for sure. And we have not done well as a team. But I think India might win this game 3-1, but it's not going to be easier because you're playing, first game after long break, and then there was a 15-day training, and then straight away playing a game of this intensity because I'm sure Nepali team will not play this game as a international as a friendly game for because to play against India for them is always like a war. So I think they will come up with all everything they have, and I think it's going to be we will see lots of tackles, and I think when it's rain, I think the stadium also get I think I'm not sure what kind of pitch they are using, but last time I remember it used to get very downpour and pitch used to be very not in a good shape, and then
Yeah.
in the rain the tackles used to come. But I think they've renovated the stadium. I hope the pitch is better now comparing to the last game. I think now we are done with our part. I will let people ask questions about Indian team, about Nepali team, and this is just should be related to this game. Of course, there are people lots of people want to know about ISL and transfer news and the. I mean, right now, just Odisha has announced their partnership Watford. I think we will cover that on Friday weekly live. So don't worry about that. Let's talk about India Nepal game, and I will let people ask few questions. And before after that, we can wrap this show. Himil says India will win by 2-0. Munmun says Sunil Chhetri will play for Nepal. Will play from Nepal. I think he will not play for Nepal. Of course, he will play for India. And he loved Nepal and Nepali people by the way, but he scored 5 goals against Nepal, which is the second highest of all the countries. And so he loved to score goal against Nepal also.
Yeah, but
Nepal
like
will,
his
yeah.
mother played for Nepal. That's his mother played for
No,
Nepal.
no,
She
that's
was a
not fair.
part
He
of.
loved Nepal and Nepali people. I'm
Yeah.
not, I'm not, I'm not saying that, but I think he loved to score goal against Nepal also. I think so. I remember all these vibes back in 2012-13 when Sunil Chhetri went to Nepal and there was a goal. Nepal did his video of interview in Nepali and it got a viral. And with Nepali fans using that. So I think Sunil Chhetri might not play tomorrow, but I think considering Igor Stimac needs to win these games to improve his record, I think he will go with his best team. I think India will lose 3-5-2, says Sachin. I think mm, against Nepal, India don't need to play, say, three defenders and two wing backs. I think they should go with 4-2-3-1, which gives chance to put players in the best position. Munmut says Brendan and Apuya should play together regularly. I think that's good considering both are the technical players and you need technical players. Rancho Roshan says who will be the man of the match in tomorrow games. I think uh, uh, Sudesh already talked about his man to watch. I went with Liston Classo. So let's see. Uh, Suresh Shrestha says Nepal AK-47. Okay. I'm not sure what is mean there. Pandita is a one-touch striker. He is my favorite player, says Vivek. Sadly, he is out. Why CMAC left Rahul KP? Reply, Shakib. So yeah, Rahul KP was also part of the training camp squad, but he was also left. I think considering that he has went with a heavy midfield, India doesn't had many wingers other than Bipin Singh, Liston Classo, and then your best wingers are Manmeer and Farooq Chaudhary. I mean, they could have kept Rahul KP that when you don't have Udanta Singh also, So I think he has went with a midfield heavy team. We never know that he start with 4-4-2 formation, playing four midfielder and a diamond. I think that's quite possible also. Should Sheraton start tomorrow? I think he will start tomorrow. Coach, I think literally has confirmed that we'll see Sheraton playing the game. Saurabh Seshta says 1-0 Nepal. Uh, Nanda Kumar says, who is a man to watch in Nepal team? Sudesh, can you come up with a couple of mans to watch for the Indian peoples?
Yeah, under Al-Butairi, there's another attacker that has gained a lot of traction in recent times. It's Manish Tangi, and he has played majority of his football in South Korea and recently came to Nepal and had an instant impact when he scored on his debut against Iraq in a very impressive manner. So he's going to be another player to watch. And if you consider the midfield, there is a player who's technically excellent in the Nepalese midfield. Santosh Tamang might be another one to watch out for, and Indian fans might know him. Kiran Limbu has always been one pillar for the Nepalese national team, so the goalkeeper is also the one to watch. And since we're missing Rohit Chand, I cannot mention him, but I cannot get his thoughts off my head whenever Nepal is playing.
So Parveen Bhusal says, I already bought tickets for tomorrow. I will be available in the stadium physically as a fan. I think that's good that we have lots of people coming up from Nepal joining us. Himil Vivek says, your views on Khalid Jamil as a coach. I think we'll touch upon Khalid on another video, but I have discussed that he can be the potentially coach for India senior team going ahead. Let's see how he does with Northeast United now, considering that he is the head coach with them full time, not as assistant, not as a caretaker. He's going to a full time coach. Hemil has shared his lineup of India, says 4-2-3-1. He has went with a similar lineup, kind of similar lineup, which I have given. He has went with Gurpreet, Sana, Pritam, Saritan, Mandar. Surprising that instead of Akash, he has selected Mandar, Thapa, Apuya, and that's a good midfield. I said they can play Thapa, Apuya, and rest Glenn and Suresh, and then of course Brendan, Liston, Manveer, and Sunil. So very very similar kind of formation. I think another point of concern for Igor Stimac is the position of Sunil Chetri, where he want to play. Is Sunil Chetri fit enough? Is he now to play the number 9 role, or should he stick to the left finger role? I think that's another question which Igor Stimac need to find answer of. So I think let's see. Will Stimac play under 23 team in SAC Championship? Sakib, I think as of now, what we have listened, what you heard, and what we know that he is going to play a mixture of senior under 23 team. I'm sure that he's looking. As I said, he just won 2 games with India, so I think he's looking forward to to improve that record. And I think these games against Nepal, games against SAP Championship, not underrating any team, are the chances for him to improve his record. How does Indian defense play in the absence of some of the seniors? Says Mahendra Singh Dhoni fan. I think that's I'm surprised that he dropped Adil or Narendra, two centre back from the squad, and kept those lots of fullback in his team in form of Pritam Kotal, Rahul Beke, Subhashish, Mandar Rao, Akash Mishra, and Saritan. So only one centre back. I think we might see Pritam Kotal playing as that right-sided centre back role, and he has done for ATK Mohun Bagan in AFC Cup also this season. I think a couple of days ago when he played against Bengaluru and Mazia in Maldives. So I think Pritam Kotal will take responsibility, and then you have two good fullback who love to attack, who love to cross, and who love to also score goal in form of Akash Mishra and Saritan Fernandez. So I think that will be an attacking kind of a defense for India. I'm not sure when was the last time India has these two quality fullback who can score goals, who can provide assist for those goals. I think that's going to be the base for Igor Stimac going ahead. There is how is Rahim Ali asked Devjit Banerjee. I think if you ask me about Rahim Ali, he has done well with Arrows and done with the Indian junior team, but still not scored as many as goal. I think the another reason he might have dropped Ishan Pandita because Igor Stimac knows everything about him. Maybe these are the games you want to try these forward like Rahim Ali and Farooq Chaudhary. Give them chance to play international match and get the feel of playing international match. So that's the reason maybe, and let's see how he does if he gets the chance against Nepal. Roshan says Nepal 5, India 3, so he's going with a tennis kind of a score line. Uh, I would prefer Bose over Akash, says Devjit Banerjee. I think you can play, but Subhashish Bose is not that attacking type of fullback. I think he's now naturally plays that left-sided centre back role. So I think playing Subhashish Bose or Pritam Kotal or say Rahul Beke as a right back will be a defensive move. I think these are the game India need to go all out attack, if you ask me, and give their attacking player a chance to score as many as goal. Uh, there is another question. Shakib asked whether Raid Dhano or Rahim Ali who deserve in senior team. I think if you ask me a present form, playing time and everything, I think I will go with Rahim Ali. Rohit Dhano has not played as much as we have he and I would have liked, but I think let's see how it does now. In the absence of somebody listening class or going away now, Aniket Jadhav joining Hyderabad, so it's going to be interesting that how Rohit Dhano continues his career now. So I think there are lots of India centric question, but not. I will try to find some Nepal centric question also. Aviram Matthew asks, when will Jingan is available for India? I think Jingan will not be playing in SAP Championship for sure. It's not in the FIFA international window. I'm not sure will his club allow him to travel to India for those games. So I think next time he will be available for India in the October window. I think there is a FIFA window in November or October. I'm not sure. I think next FIFA international window is November. I think so. I think that's the time we will see him playing for India. I think after SAP Championship. Uh, just let me also player to watch from Nepal, says Praveen, is Kiran Chamang, their goalkeeper, Anjan Bista and Manish Dengi. I think Anjan Bista has been part of Nepali U teams. I remember Indian teams playing against Anjan Bista team. But Manish Dangi, is it a new player on the books for Nepali team? So this?
He just 19 and he got selected in the Nepalese national team like 3 or 4 months ago only, and he has played most of his uh like I mean all of his youth career in Korea, South Korea, back in two of the like reputed youth academies in South Korea, and he's been in the national team since Abdul Al Matari arrived in Nepal, and he scored against Iraq in their in Abdul Al Matari's first ever match in charge of Nepal, and he's been like a regular substitute for Nepalese national team whenever they require like a burst of pace, a forward who can operate in a 4-4-2, or from the right from the wide cutting inside. It's always got to be Manish Tangi. So he's got to be a player to watch, especially under Abdul Al Matari and considering how he's used him.
Is he dual citizenship? How was he? Was he studying in South Korea and then playing for this academy? Or
No, he was there for solely, I think, footballing purposes. There are a lot of players that are coming on from foreign academies in the Nepalese national team setup. He does not have a dual citizenship. As I'm informed, it was actually him coming into Nepal. The sole purpose was to get a citizenship. So he came. So when he came to Nepal to get a citizenship, he played the Nepal Super League and got into the Nepalese national team setup. So that's quite a story in itself. So he's that like as of now, 19 years of age, Nepali, and then he has that burst of pace, and he will be the player to watch out for Nepal.
so I think he holds South Korean passport then.
Uh, as I'm informed and as I've known from the sources, uh, actually he there were contract complications in Korea because of the quota that they have for foreign players, and that's why his transfer was complicated in South Korea, and that's also one of the reasons why he was brought into the Nepalese setup. Otherwise, he's been a known name in Nepalese footballing sector ever since 2016 or 17, when videos of him playing for the South Koreans, academies circulated around YouTube and stuff. So I don't think he holds a South Korean passport, and in Nepal, it's not legal to have a dual citizenship. Nepal does not uh, you know uh, has that provision. So he
Just like
holds a
India.
Nepalese citizenship as of now. Yeah, just like India. Yeah.
So there's another good comment by Abraham. He says growing popularity and improvement for football in India will improve the interest in Nepal as well. Whole South Asia will improve by it. I think that's very natural to say because it's an Indian subcontinent, and I think just can see that the way Indian cricket has done in 1983, and then Pakistan picked it up, then Bangladesh also came. I think if India do well in football, I think of course the other countries also started taking it very seriously. And that's my another question is, now there is an Asian mandatory player in ISL and I League. Everybody needs to sign an Asian player. You've just seen Kerala Blasters signing Chencho Bhutani's captain, for their Asian quota. I'm sure many of the ISL team fans are watching, and many of these ISL teams are struggling to get a good Asian player. Now, do Nepal have got any quality player coming up, who we can see in future playing in Indian Super League? And this can be a time to predict the future. Maybe we will see that player playing in the Indian Super League, because I Kiran has played in India. I remember Anil Gurung playing for Sulong Lejong in I League. Then Rohit Chand, I think, if I'm not sure, he has also played in India. I'm not sure, but I think they have. I
And
think Rohit
Abhishek
was.
Vizal also came in and played I League, I suppose.
Yeah, yeah. So
And
I think Nepali players, with if Chencho is playing, I think they have Nepali players can play in ISL. And will that, if that happen, will ISL become more popular in Nepal if you see any Nepali player playing in Indian Super League?
yeah, it definitely will. This is a hard fact, but if you consider the population and how popularity in terms of sport, ranges between the countries, I think the proportion is fairly high in Nepal. Like considering India's population, I don't think the sport has gotten that much of a recognition. It's still yet to break out as good as cricket. I doubt if it'll ever get into the level of cricket, but I think it still has the potential to grow into a bigger sport. But in Nepal, it's like, the stadiums are full every time the national team plays, and people are very passionate about the sport. So it's an obvious choice that the viewership will increase provided that a player plays in ISL. And uh, you know, take this word, there are a lot of people that watch and follow ISL back in Nepal too. Uh, and coming to a question about the young talents, although Anjan Bista has been playing for quite long now, he's just 23, so he's also a young player to watch out for. And Indian fans might remember there is a player called Bimal Gorti Mughal who's injured now. But considering he comes to the quality that he showed before injury, he can also be a player to watch. There are a lot of young players coming in through the ranks, the likes of Aish Kalan, Manish Tangi, as I mentioned. So these are players that can give you the quality of a decent Asian players, provided that they continue to develop and follow the trajectory that they have followed so far in their career. So these are the guys to watch out for. Ais Kalan, Anjan Bista, of course, although he's been there forever, and then Monish Tangi. These are the players. And also, if you consider looking into the midfield, I think Puzano Pokoti is also approaching his peak, and he can also be one of those players to watch out for, especially in the midfield and defensive midfield reason.
I think because now it's important for every ISL team to have a Asian foreigners. I think that can be, these players can be a good option. So I have couple of questions related to Nepal, India, from both set of fans. I think Parveen Busal says tomorrow is a coach battle also. Igor Stimac has coached Al Chayana in 2016-17 season. Abdullah has coached same under 23 of same club in 2019 season before moving to Kazakhstan. So I think that's why both the coaches know each other. I think, and also the Nepali coach, I think he rates Igor Stimac very highly. Because he has been senior for him also, doing these coaching batches and all. That's one thing. Another thing, another question somebody asked me. Mahendra Singh Dhoni asked about what should we accept from Nepali team. They have done very good in recent past. I think just maybe a small summary, because we've touched upon this on the previous part also.
Yeah, off the top of my head, so they recently won the Three Nations Cup that was held in Dashra Stadium itself. But the only teams that were the participants of that from the region was Bangladesh, and it was a fairly easy tournament to win. So let's not consider that, and let's just
But
move our timeline.
Bangladesh has troubled India. I think if you remember that
So
it was
yeah,
difficult
so
for us to
it was,
beat them also.
yeah, it was not a fully fledged and something that was proudly won. It was like Nepal team struggled, and they had to wait until the finals to score a goal, and that was an 18-month goal drought that Nepalese team faced. So let's not talk about it. That's really hideous to talk about. And after that, after Abdul Al Mutari arrived, they've only played against superior sides. Against the victory, like against Chinese Taipei that they won 2-0, they showed a really impressive performance in breaking down a low block and stuff like that. But yet, as I'm repeating it again and again, playing against a regional side, Like Nepal have not been tasted in that department. And considering like it's only been 5 or 6 months, and we can see from STMAC's example that it takes quite a lot of time for a national team to transition from one system to another. So the signs are definitely there. The recent past has been like a glimmer of hope, but there's still a long way to go. And this in this particular friendlies, we can see kind of a hint of what's gonna come and what has happened. So it's a mix of everything, and it's too early for us to concretely say this is gonna happen and this is not.
So another user asked that what do you think about Nepal qualifying for Asia 2023? Is Nepal football team coach future target is also Asia Cup? I think has Nepal played Asia Cup in past? I'm not sure. I'm not sure they
Uh,
played any
yeah,
ever.
yeah, yeah. I'm not aware about that, and yeah,
I know Asian
it's
games they have played couple of times. I because Asian games they don't have any qualifiers, but Asia Cup they
yeah.
have never played. So are they targeting Asian Cup or just the target is SAP Championship for now?
Um, uh, the new coach has like set 2 or 3 targets for himself. The first is changing the tactics and playing attacking football in a sense that South Asian teams kind of play conservative football against bigger sides. So the first one was attacking football, second one was SAF Championship, and third one was to qualify for the Asia Cup. So it's definitely on the books. It's still difficult, but it's kind of very talked about. And trust me, qualifying to Asia Cup has never been this talked about in Nepal, especially with this new coach, being adamant about, playing in Asia Cup and stuff.
I think now let's me take some India-centric questions. So somebody asked how important is Thapa, and if you ask me, Thapa is a different type of midfielder out of the all the midfielders we have. Thapa can score goal. He's a good finisher. I think Thapa, even playing as a defensive midfielder, has contributed goal and assist for India. So I think now that you have Glenn, Apuya, Thapa, Suresh, India has very good four options in that midfield. I think, and Igor Stimac can rotate, can play players according to tactics, according to opponent team for sure. Another question regarding India. Somebody asked that yeah, Rohit Chand plays for HALSC, says Banjob. So I think that's I remember the Rohit Chand playing the in Indian League for sure. Another people are so there are people are still confused regarding that where they can watch tomorrow's game. As already revealed that it will be live on the Indian football team Facebook page, the official page of the national team. In Nepal, it will be live on Himalayan TV. There will be a YouTube live streaming also. So I think there will be lots of different live streaming source tomorrow. In India, of course, there is no TV channel is going to show. I'm not sure is Himalayan TV is there in local cable TV because I remember states who are nearby Nepal, they show lots of Nepali channel. I some DTH also show, but I'm not sure about Himalayan TV being in Indian DTH. So that's the thing. Another person asked about me India is that what will be a midfield. I think for tomorrow games, I might go with somebody like Thapa and Apuya because I want to see Thapa, Apuya, and Brendan as a midfield three. Of course, Glenn and Suresh has done well, but I think let's see what Igor Stimac does with that. Saurav Rana says Thapa, Apuya, Glenn, Brendan midfield. And kind of similar. He's saying go with a four midfielder. Saritan, Preetham, Sana, Subhashis as a defense. Sunil Manveer up front. Saurav Rana is saying that India should go 4-4-2. And I think he India might, but I think Igor Stimac like that 4-2-3-1 formation. So let's see what formation he tries tomorrow. If India reaches FIFA World Cup, the whole South Asia will be football powerhouse, says Abraham Matthew. Why not Rahul KP? Rahul KP was dropped by Igor Stimac. Rupesh says we Nepali hate Indian dirty politics and political leader, not the citizen. So let's not talk about politics here. Uh, I think because somebody asked him, that's why he replied. Live streaming in Nepal and world beside India, Himalayan TV and OSR Sports. India, of course, is national team football channel. Thank you for Parveen for sending that. Uh, is there any chance of Pakistan in SAF Cup? It will give the teams another match to play. I think at this stage, everybody, Pakistan will be not playing in SAF Championship. I think that they have already communicated that to SAF community. So I think it will be a league and robin round. The fixture is already out. So I think I'm not sure they can't delay this SAF Championship. If doesn't happen, it will get cancelled now for this year for
Yeah,
sure.
I'll just add up. Like they're currently under a FIFA ban, so they cannot participate in the Sub Championship
Yeah,
this year.
but of course, I think they were talking to FIFA to get the ban also aside. So, but I can because the Pakistan priority is not football, and there are lots of politics at the federation level. Score prediction: I have predicted 3-1 for India. Sudesh has predicted 2-0 for Nepal. Of course, We are sticking to our national team for sure. Uh, Naseem asked, Ashish, which player impressed you most in two warm-up games India played? I think Akash Mishra. The way he scored the goal, the way he was playing on the left wing. I think, and of course, Brendan was also good in bits and pieces, whatever he chances he's got. So that's for me. Interesting to see Sunil India versus Kiran Nepal, says Praveen. Sahel, Brendan, Manvi, Liston, midfield. I will not see Sahel and Brendan playing as a midfielder because you need the natural number 6 and number 8. Can we see JJ return to Indian national team? I think once he start doing well with his club, then only we can say about it. India lack ball playing, ball inside the box. Then why not Jerry? I think maybe Agostino Mega settle with Brendan and Sahel with the playmaking role, and he doesn't find Jerry in his squad. And which is surprising. I think he has Purnoy Haldar. Maybe he has Purnoy because he doesn't have a centre backs in the team. So I think in that midfield, if you ask me, he can make space for Jerry, But then there is Dixon also, Yasir also, somebody like Pranay. So these are three midfielders I think who are playing for their spot for sure. So let's see out of these three midfield who will make their space permanent in Indian team for sure. Thapa, Brendan, Sahel, Apuya, Glenn, and Suresh. These are the players who are going to be part of India's at least next 4 or 5 years midfield and the in the squad for sure. Is Igor Stimac planning to make a proper 15 players main team for the Asian Cup qualifiers? I think now with 5 subs available in the international football till the end of next year World Cup, I think I am not sure that you can you can only depend on 15 players. You need at least, and especially in football for a tournament style like Asia Cup, you need at least 23 players, so that you can rotate according to formation, according to tactics, according to opponent. What if Pranay Holdar plays? I think there are chances that you might see Pranay Holdar playing as a centre back. So I'm not saying no to that, but I will. If you ask me, I will go with Pritam Kotal and Sana as a centre back. Who will be the main goal scorer for Nepali team? Says one of the user. What do you say about Sudhe? Who can be the goal scorer? I think and goal scoring has been traditionally a biggest problem in Nepali football. I remember Anil Gurung. He was used to score goal, but then he used to go for patches like 2 3 years without scoring goals, and he was one of the main forward for Nepal team for last 4 5 years till I watched them till 2019. Who is the new goal scorer Nepal has?
S- Since Nepal does not have regular league, it's very difficult to say a concrete answer. But in this system, it's if there is a player who will receive the final balls and score goals, which he has done in recent past, it's going to be either one of Navayuk Shrestha or Anjan Bista and
And
Manish Sanghi, of course. So
Anjan Vista scored 4 goals for Nepal. So I think considering that India doesn't have many goal scorers other than Sunil Chhetri in talking about international football is also concerned. So that's why these games I want India to go all out attack. So Indian players also know that what is to be scoring goal in an international match, not just in ISL. So I think that's why I want India to play attacking fullback like Saritan Fernandez and Akash Mishra so that you have enough opportunities to score the goal. Uh, there is another question. I got CMAC contract ends on next year, 2022. I think July his contract ends on. Which days Asia Cup qualifying start? It will start in next year again, early next year, Feb. I think the qualifiers will start, and that it will end before July. I'm not sure the exact schedule, but start next year early. Why Swear is not included in squad? Why keep player missing? It would have been a good chance for him to prove himself. And that's question for the coach to be answered. I think he went ahead with Sunil Manveer, and these two are being part of national team for a while now. And then Leston Classo, Farooq Chaudhary, and Rahim Ali. I think he may be giving chance by rotation, so that's why you're seeing Farooq and Rahim in the as a forward. But I'm surprised that he has gone with the midfield as big as he has selected because talking about forward, he has just selected 4 forwards and 2 wingers in form of Bipin Singh and Leston Karaso. Then you have lots of midfielder in that team and no centre back also. So I think I'm a bit surprised with selection, but let's see. Any more friendlies after SAP? I think India will play friendlies in the FIFA international window for sure. Any Nepali player in ISL? Bhargav, we were discussing that only that right now we don't have anybody, but somebody like Rohit Chand who has been playing for Indonesian club for years now, played in India before, was the best player Nepal have produced in recent time. I think he can play in ISL because we're seeing somebody like now Chenchuk to be part of the Kerala Blasters. So I think going ahead, Maybe as Ashil Club are struggling with the Asian player slots, because Middle East players don't want to leave their clubs. Then they have lots of Australian players coming up, so they're not finding that quality in the players. I think they can look forward to somebody like these South Asian players who have done well in past, somebody like Rohit Chand. If you ask me 4 5 years ago, I think Alias Park from Maldives would have been a
Yeah,
good shout. But now with his age, current age, I'm not sure that he has that fitness and ability, fitness level to play in ISL. Liston
yeah.
played
Just
very
an
well
added
in AF.
information to that.
Yeah,
Just an added information to that. Like Rohit Chand was the player of the tournament in Indonesia's League One when Persija Jakarta won it in 2018, and they won it after 17 years. Like, the quality is
yeah, yeah. So
definitely
that's fine.
there.
I know about
Yeah,
Rohit Chand because I've seen in India, and then I've always whenever we have touched upon the SAP Championship videos and all, I've seen him play. I think he's also fan favorite in Indonesia, so that tell about his quality.
yeah.
And whenever he played for Nepal, I think in midfield everything goes through him, and he is the main man. And that's what I'm saying. Even with having somebody like Rohit Chand in midfield, Nepal has not scored many goals because they have not found that natural number nine goal scorer player. And I think we know about Nepal struggling with scoring the goal. Does AFC change the MA ranking pattern again? I think, of course, we'll touch upon this Friday, but yes, they have changed the pattern because they have removed 2020 year because there was no football in Asia. So that was earlier was calculated as zero, but now they've removed it completely. So the 4 year cycle will be 2017, 2018, 2020, and 2021. So that's mean India will keep likely to keep their group stage slot in the Champions League. I'm looking forward to playing Nepali club. Hopefully next year will be home and away, and Nepali club able to qualify for that group stage match. Kiran Chaman was awarded the best goalkeeper in I League. Can he debut in ISL? Parveen, I think he can be part of the squad, but I'm not sure. Seeing the quality of Indian goalkeepers and the number of goalkeepers India have, that you will see a foreign goalkeeper. We have seen in ISL, I think Odisha and Delhi Dynamos have done in past playing foreign goalkeeper. Killa Blaster in initial part also played some foreign goalkeepers, but I'm not sure now with only four players in foreigner in playing 11, you will see somebody like goalkeeper playing out of those four slots. So I think he can part of the squad, but I'm not sure that a club will like to waste their foreign slots for a goalkeeper. And this is something very similar back in 2011 when India played Asia Cup, AFC Asian Cup, and Subrata Paul got that nickname from South Korean media, the Indian Spider-Man. When he made those 16 save against South Korea. And that time there was lots of interest on Subrata Paul from these club from South Korea. But only reason I think he didn't play it because he was a goalkeeper, he was a foreign player, and no club will like to have a foreign goalkeeper because you want to make sure the foreign players are playing in the important position. They influence the game more. Coach said
And
that
and
Jerry
and
needs,
just a little,
yeah,
yeah, just a little touch upon that. Like, he was not awarded the best goalkeeper in I League. I suppose it was the fans' favorite player in I League. So there's a lot of difference in between becoming the best player in I League and the fans' favorite player. So he was like the fans' favorite, like most voted kind of player in I League.
yeah. So I just got the Igor Steven quotes also, which is available on khelnow.com. You can go and read the full press conference there. So he has thank you Nepal for doing everything for showing the interest. So that's where he started his press conference, and then he says, "We are very happy to have a chance to together again having some friendly games in preparation of upcoming SAF competition." And then he said, everything is not ideal, but I just hope that the games will be good. If you are going to provide good and exciting football, we need to learn on the pitch. We hope that all the players would be fit and ready. So that's what he said about Nepal, and Nepal, agreeing to play this game, hosting India. And also talking about availability of Bengaluru and ATK Mohun Bagan players because they were playing in AFC Cup. He said that yes, obviously, he's saying that they are available for the selection, but everything is not ideal. I especially thought about that. We didn't have players for ATK Mohan Bagan and BFC with us. Most of them are regular part of our team. They know what I'm expecting of them. We are happy that they had some AFC Cup game, so they are in a good fitness condition. When he asked about Nepal, he said we did our analysis. Our work on analyzing Nepalese team. They made a certain progress in the recent qualifiers. They showed that they can play good football. Defensively, they improved quite a lot. Now they're defending as a team. You can recognize that on the pitch, he said. And then, of course, then he discussed about Saritan Fernandez and Dheeraj. He said that, at discuss about Saritan, that Saritan would have been got his India debut before, but now he's set to get debut tomorrow for sure. Regarding Dheeraj, he said Dheeraj at the moment is a regular third choice goalkeeper for India in the situation. Of course, he is very young and we are counting on him in the future strongly. We think that he can be someone who will make his place in Indian football history in the right way. He proved himself in the AFC Champions League with FC Goa with wonderful saves, says Igor Stimac. We are very confident that he can become a top goalkeeper in Asia and he will be very soon find his place in good European league. So Igor Stimac also hinting that Dheeraj should go and play in Europe just like Sandesh Jingan. And Sunil Chetri was also part of the press conference. So I will just take important quotes from Sunil Chetri's side also. He said, first of all, we are very happy and thankful to Nepali government for inviting us here. We are very well understand the kind of situation we have around the world to get this kind of hospitality, and we have got to get an opportunity to come and play international football is really suiting for us. The response has been great. I am just expecting very good game on the 2nd and 5th of September. And he touched upon players how these important games are, and we will try to give best and so that we can to the coach and the national team, he said. And then he's asked about what he feels the rivalry between Nepal and India. Sunil Chetri said it has always been very difficult. No matter what situation Nepalese teams in, they always give whatever they have against us. I am pretty sure they understand that we are not expecting anything less. It does not matter where we are. Whenever we have played a national team of Nepal, it always been difficult. And I think what's very similar what I touch upon, playing in Nepal, how it is difficult and all. Playing against Nepal past team, Sunil Chetri said that the last time we faced Nepal national team was in 2015. We did play the Army boys in the AFC Cup. A lot of the boys playing the national team from that team. It was tough. The first half was 0-0. It almost 50 game. It was difficult to find opening. So he touched upon the game against Army boys, which Bangalore played in the AFC Cup, and he said it was an even game. So he has given credit to Nepal and Nepali fans, and Nepalese team. Whenever you play outside, play in Nepal, it's a two different thing. So that's what I'm saying. Playing in Nepal is not easy, and that's what Sunil Chetri has highlighted. So you can get all these quotes on our website. The article is available on khellam.com, so you can go there and read the press conference in full. I will have Nepali team press conference quotes coming on website very soon, so you can go that. So let me take a couple of last questions. Nepal, Parveen says Nepal and India will be conducted with limited audience, accepted to 5,100. Audience must have. I touch upon these negative report and all. Look at Super Paul games of Sudeva, I League, no physical size. So I think people are discussing among themselves. Any player right now play for Nepal that have a skill to play outside Nepal. So just wrap up the show. Sudesh, one player who you think can play in the higher league than Nepalese league for Nepali team? Just one player.
Yeah, I think I've like said this multiple times in this stream itself. For me, it has to be Anjan Bista, considering how he plays inside Nepal and how he has developed over the years. So, for a player of his quality, I think I League or like other South Asian league can be an option. So he has that quality to play outside of Nepal. But there's a stream of talent that can easily play in the leagues outside of Nepal. So if you're like talking about a higher league, I think it's going to be Anjan Bista.
And Praveen gave a news for Nepali team saying 17-day camp for Sri Lanka in Doha. So Sri Lanka has around 17 days camp in Doha for their national team for preparation of SAP Championship. I think it's going to be interesting this time that how the SAP Championship matches goes on. So my final thoughts, I'm hoping India make a good start of the new season and play the attacking football. And sorry for this, but I hope India win this and score lots of goals because I want to see more and more goal scorer with the national team. Uh, uh, National team Nepal ground condition update. As of now, I think they have maintained Dasar Stadium very well. I'm not sure about drainage system. Have they have put new drainage system up when they're doing the rebuild? But as I read about, I think couple of years ago, there was a plan to put a proper drainage system. Hopefully, it is there, And as of now, I think weather-wise, I have to check what is the accurate weather forecast. But I was saying that India got rain in Kolkata also, and when they reached Nepal, there was a rain also, and it's raining very heavily all across North India also. So I think rain might be there. So let's see. So this final thought for regarding the game and to the Nepali fans watching in the stream and where they can find you also if they want to connect with you.
Yeah, you can always find me in and around Khel now, or even in my Twitter account.
So
That's
which is
just like
already there
popping
on
up
the
somewhere.
yeah, which is already there
Yeah,
on the screen, you know.
and it feels like really good playing India after like 2 years or so because I grew up during the 2011 2015 era when India Nepal matches used to be like annually, like 2 or 3 matches, and that kind of a fierce rivalry. I'm very optimistic about this team and not putting too much pressure in this team, but this looks very promising. And it's not been the time yet to go on and just this squad. Abdul Almatari has done his part and he's claimed that this team has been noticeably better. So I'm just expecting them to perform well, and they have like shown the signs of improvement. And this is their time to start winning matches. It won't be an easy task against Stimax India, but I'm hoping that Nepal somehow grind out win in one of these two friendlies.
So yeah, and tomorrow we will have a pre-match when lineup comes. There will be live streaming. We'll have more guests, and of course Sudesh will be there because people are asking to invite him for the next after the game. We will analyze the game once games get finished. We will find a live streaming post-match thoughts from my side and his side. Maybe we will have a few more guests joining in the both the videos. So you make sure to subscribe to our channel and press that notification bell. Sudesh's Twitter ID and my Twitter ID is already mentioned on the screen. You can, go and give some love to Sudesh on Twitter. He writes for Khel Now. He's already written lots of articles for Khel Now, not just for Nepal related, but Indian football related also. He's studying in Qatar as of now, so he's there as a correspondent from Khel Now in Qatar whenever India goes, and hopefully for the next FIFA World Cup also. People who have missed it, the video will be available offline. You can watch it again. Thank you for watching. If you have not liked this video, please hit that like button. We already have 200 likes, so hopefully by the time tomorrow game start, we'll have around 300 likes. And Nepali fans who are watching it, thank you very much for all the love and support for the Indian team, for the Indian people, for this channel. Tomorrow we will have a pre-match discussion when the lineup come 1 hour before the game, and after the game we'll have another live streaming discussing the game, hoping that I hope that India wins. Sudesh is hoping that Nepal wins. So let's see what will the outcome of this tomorrow game. You can share your prediction in the comment section, and also for the pre-match conference article from the both sides is available on our website, which is khelnow.com. So you can read those press conferences. Match preview is already up there. There is five battles also. There are lots of articles related to this game already up. So if you like to read, you can go and read those. And match timing before we wrap this, because everybody is asking again and again. 5:30 p.m. Indian time. What time Nepal time, Sudesh?
So it's
It's
5:30 p.m. Nepal time, right?
no, it's
No, Indian
5:30
time, right?
Indian time. Indian
Okay,
5 p.m. Nepal time, right? It's half an
so
hour before Nepal.
no, so it's 5:45 Nepalese time.
Okay, it's 45 minutes difference between India and Nepal.
No, if it's 5:30, it's like 15 minutes difference between India and Nepal.
Yeah, so I think 5:15 then Nepali time, right? It's
No, Nepal
5:30
is
Indian
actually,
time.
yeah, 5:45 Nepalese time.
Yeah. Okay, so I think that's Saurabh sister says it's 5 p.m. Nepali time. So I think there's
Oh,
some. I think
no, who?
I'm not sure. 5:30 is Indian time. That's for sure. I'm aware of. So I think Nepal is half an hour uh,
No, it's
ahead
it's
of us.
15 minutes between Nepal and India.
Yeah, 5:15 Nepali team. So that's a confusion.
Oh, all
Parveen
right.
says
So I think if it's 5:30 Indian time, it has to be 5:45 Nepalese time. I think we some of either one of us messed it, but like, let's check that up once.
yeah, just you checked it. So I will let me take another question. Live telecast in India, it's live on Indian football team Facebook page. In Nepal, it's live on Himalayan TV, and there's also live streaming on YouTube channel. Which if you watch the video again, you will get all the live streaming detail. So this is confirming the time difference between India and Nepal. We are all confused with a 15-minute window. Is it before? It is after. Let me also just check India time. I think it's 15 or 30 minutes different. I'm not sure. Nepal is 15 minutes ahead of India, so that's
Yeah, so
confirmed.
it's 5:30 Nepal and 5:15 Indian time.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
so
just I just confirmed it.
yeah, so 5:30 Nepalese time, 5:15 Indian time. And Neeraj asks, I don't understand Steamer combustion with Farooq Chaudhary. I touch upon this, Neeraj bhai. You can go again and watch this. The game is live, will be on the Indian football team Facebook page, and in Nepal it will be live on Himalayan TV, and there's another YouTube channel. I think I just forgot its name, but it also show the live streaming. 5:15 Nepali time. Again, some confusion here. Nepal is 15 minutes ahead of India. So if it is
Yeah.
5:15 in Nepalese time, it will be 5 p.m. Indian time. So I think let me also just confirm the match timing as of now, because I think it got confirmed few days ago only, that when will be the time to let me see. Yeah, it's a 5:15 Indian time. The match is
So
5:15
5:30
Indian
Nepalese
time.
time. Yeah.
So no, it will be 5 p.m. Nepali time. 15. Okay, Nepal
Is it?
Nepal 5:30, Indian 5:15 p.m. Sorry, my bad. Got confused. So I think thank you for everybody for watching in, and hopefully India wins the tomorrow game. Neeraj, you can watch it again. Don't worry, I'm just ending this live streaming, and people who have been enjoyed this live streaming can hit that like button, and do watch out for tomorrow's live streaming before the game and after the game. They will be live streaming on this channel. So they will be joining with me. We are trying to bring more guests in. So hopefully tomorrow we'll have. I'm not sure who will be happy or who is sad, but let's see. Thank you everybody for watching it. Thank you Suresh for tuning in.
Thank you so much. Always good to be here.